Hey guys, Secrets of Strixhaven is only about a week away. Official release date is April 24th. Today's the 15th, so that's 9 days from now. Pre-release will begin this weekend, but that doesn't mean it's not actually going to start shipping out until the 24th, like I said. So I was trying to think of some fun things to do while we are waiting for Secrets of Strixhaven to come out. And one thing that I've been waiting to do for a long time is open up a box of Final Fantasy. I've been having this one sitting on my shelf for quite some time. I probably won't open it today, but I just wanted to share with you guys how much I love the Final Fantasy collector boosters. I've got my favorite right there, Terra. She's from Final Fantasy. I called it 3 back in the day on the Super Nintendo. Most of you know it as Final Fantasy 6 probably. It's the 6th one that they made, but on the Super Nintendo is the 3rd one to come out in America. So I know it as Final Fantasy 3, but Terra is one of the best characters in like all video games, if you ask me. So I really like that she's on the box. So I've been having this sit on my shelf just to admire how this is a nice looking box. But whenever I actually do get around to opening it, the cards inside are even better. There's, as it says there, yes, that may include serialized card. Will it? I think the odds are probably less than 1%. That kind of goes wild based upon what it actually is. So probably won't get one of those serialized chocobos, but hey, maybe it is in there. That's part of the thing with collector boosters. It's the thrill of the chase, and even if you don't get a serialized card, which most likely you don't, there's just so many cool cards. All the cool character cards are found in here. There are iterations of your favorite characters that you can only find here in the collector boosters, that you can't find them in the play boosters. That's why these things are priced the way they are, because the most awesome cards are found in here. So that'd be my first suggestion if you're just like, what do I do while I'm waiting for Strixhaven? But I've got Strixhaven on the brain, so I just really just wanted to talk about that for a minute, because whenever it comes to the collector boosters in Secrets of Strixhaven, there are also serialized cards in there. It looks like it's just going to be one headliner, but it is the Emeritus of Ideation, and he is freaking awesome. Let me read what he does to you for you. So he costs 3 generic, 2 blue, so 5 mana total. He is a 5/5 flyer, a human wizard, flying ward 2, so a little easier or a little bit more difficult to remove him. But this creature enters prepared, and whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared. And prepared, if you don't know what that is, that's the new mechanic in Secrets of Strixhaven. A creature that is prepared can cast a spell that is attached to it. And this guy in particular can cast Ancestral Recall, which, if you're unfamiliar with that, costs 1 blue mana. That's it. And guess what it does? It's an instant that target player draws 3 cards. If you're an old fart like me, you're like, oh my gosh, Ancestral Recall, that's one of the freaking Power 9. Like, this is an incredible card. It's not, I mean, it gets to cast it potentially multiple times. One of the real powers of Ancestral Recall is just 1 mana for 3 cards. Like, yeah, that's busted. That's completely busted. But whenever you attach it to a creature that costs 5 mana, I mean, you get an amazing creature. It's not going to be completely broken like just plain old Ancestral Recall is. But the fun thing is you have the potential to do this again and again and again and again. So, like, if you're playing a more grindy game of, like, say, Commander, for example, that's you could potentially cast Ancestral Recall multiple times in a single game, which I think is pretty cool. So, as I said, this is the serialized card. There will be 500 of them in the whole entire universe, and they will only be found in the collector booster box. So whenever it does release, I am hoping to be able to get one, maybe two collector booster boxes. So hopefully, I mean, man, that would be incredible, because the other thing is the Emeritus of Ideation, the person who drew the card, the artist, that's the word I was looking for. The artist is Mark Poole. And if you're an old fart like me, you know that Mark Poole was the original artist for Ancestral Recall. I really wish I had an Ancestral Recall to show you just how cool that card is. I don't. I do have some vintage cards. I don't have any Power 9, but Mark Poole is my favorite artist. So this isn't in Secrets of Strixhaven, but this is just to show you an example of Mark Poole's artistry here. So this is the Akron Legionnaire, all the way back from 5th edition. Came back out in 1997, the year I started playing Magic. And I saw this card, my brother got it in his original deck that we both each got one deck of 5th edition. He got this, and I'm like, I want to trade you for this. It's a terrible card because it's cost 6 plus 2 white, so 8 mana total, 4 and 8/4, and you're like, that's not very good stats. It gets even better, or worse, I should say. Except for Legionnaires and artifact creatures, creatures you control cannot attack. Terrible card, but look at that freaking artwork. Like, this guy is awesome. Look at that helmet. Like, I love the helmets that Mark Poole does. They're awesome. He does some really cool helmets. I like the characters that he has. I just like the flavor of his art style. So, super excited about the Mark Poole version of the Emeritus of Iteration that you can get in potentially less than 1% chance you might be able to find that in a collector booster box. So that's enough of me gushing for a little bit on that. Let me show you some of the other things I actually do have in hand while I'm waiting. Spider-Man collector boosters. I know some people were like, Spider-Man. I had some mixed feelings whenever Spider-Man first came out, but I have to be honest, it's really grown on me over the past couple months. As I actually cracked some packs open. The artwork is amazing. The draft environment, I'll admit, is subpar. That's why I'm actually preferring the collector boxes over the play boxes, to be honest with you, because the draft was a little disappointing. I won't lie about that. But the art that you can get in the collector boxes is amazing. So I love the art. I grew up watching the Spider-Man cartoon. I think Aerosmith did the intro for that, if I remember. It was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed watching that, reading the comics, going through all that. So I guess I liked Spider-Man before it was even cool, before Tobey Maguire showed up. I did like those movies, but they were fun too. But Spider-Man, super awesome set. I really enjoy the artwork. The best artwork is going to be in these collector boosters. But if you want to see something that I've already opened, I did open up a collector booster of Turtles, and it was a lot of fun. So let me get my favorite card that I did was, check this out. It was just a basic land, but it's not only a basic land. In the Turtles collector boxes, this is the only place that you can get the Surge foils in, and the Surge foils are amazing. They are beautiful, and I love just how the texturing on these things are. I honestly, the camera probably doesn't do justice to how beautiful the foiling on these cards are. Surge foils are only available in the collector booster boxes. So that is the only place you will find them. I mean, I have opened several packs of just the play boosters, just because I love cracking packs open and seeing what you get. Not going to find any Surge foils, but this was my favorite card in the whole box. I mean, it's not because it's like crazy monetary value, but it's because it looks cool. I'm a sucker for a full art land, so just let you look at that. It's a mountain, it's a slice of pizza with the red mana symbol in the middle of it. So that was pretty awesome. So, and also it's got a little tiny bit of curling. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, that if you get these awesome things like these Surge foils, or if you open up a box of Final Fantasy or Spider-Man, you want to make sure that your foils are protected, because I'm going to share a horror story with you. Back when I was a kid, I started playing Magic in the 90s, and we would go camping, and I'd bring my Magic cards with me. And I remember after we got done camping in the camper, I left all my cards in the camper. And just, these were all the foils I had when I was a kid. And look at that Pringle potato chip curling that I did to all of my foils. I've basically ruined them. What happened was I stuck them into a hot, humid camper, and foils do not like that. So that is why I do a better job of protecting my foils. You can, of course, put them in a top loader, but like if you want to play with them, you don't play with top loaders. The best thing to do to keep your foils from going horribly wrong, it still hurts me to look at this. Just look at how bent these cards are. It is not, let me get this fellow here, my Acheron Legionnaire, just for comparison. Look at, oh my gosh, it's so bad. That is so bad. Just how horribly curled up that is. I've tried flattening them. It's bad. I ruined these cards. The best way to keep this from happening from your foils is keeping them in a safe environment. That includes keeping them at room temperature. Don't stuff them into a 90, 100 degree camper with the AC turned off. And also a big thing is humidity will really take a number on your foils. So you want to keep them decently dehumidified, because I live in the Midwest and it gets very humid. It's springtime now. The humidity is already here. That's why I keep this particular small dehumidifier. You can see, like, compared to the size of my head, this isn't a big one. This is the one I keep in my bedroom. It'll cover a few hundred square feet, which is sufficient for my bedroom, where I keep quite a few of my cards. And it's quiet. That's what I appreciate. It is quiet, and it also even has a little night light you can turn on if you want to. I like sleeping in the dark, but there's that option too if you want. But I keep this in there because I don't want any of my newer foils getting ruined. I don't want my Surge foil that I just showed you guys. My Surge foil, I don't want it turning into a Pringle chip like this poor guy was. Controlling your humidity is really going to help with keeping your foils safe. So that's why I have this one. It's reasonably priced as well. So you can keep this in your bedroom or wherever it is you store your cards. This size humidifier is about the right size for a bedroom. So that's why I like it. And plus it's quiet. I know, like, my parents had an old dehumidifier. You could hear it from the basement upstairs, and that sounds miserable to have in your bedroom. But this one runs relatively quiet, super easy to open up just once a day, open it up, dump all the extra water into, like, the bathtub, and you're good. So that's one option for dehumidifier to help your cards not curl. I also have a second one that I also use. So that would be this little guy. So this is another one that I keep just in the basement. We got a small basement, so I think, if I remember, manufacturer suggested like 300 square feet, and this thing can take care of the job. I mean, we've got a little rinky-dink basement that does the trick. So this thing is also good because I do have a few cards down there. And like I said, humidity is really, you want to keep it at a stable humidity. So I've heard people conjecture what humidity it was that the foils are made in, that determines what humidity you want to try to keep your cards at. Definitely don't keep them at like the 90% humidity that we get in the Midwest, because that is gonna. So somewhere, I don't know 100% sure, somewhere probably between 50 to 60% is probably the humidity level when the card was made, and it's the humidity fluctuation that causes that curling. So like I said, it is approaching summer, spring's already here, it's all wet, and that humidity change, you saw what it did to my cards. So these things can really help, and it's got a little handle too. So the humidity is death to foils, and especially with all the collector boxes I've been showing you guys, like, there's a lot of foils in there. So if you're buying collector boosters, you want to take care of your foils, and you want them to just be okay. So another thing I've got that I would suggest if you're waiting for Secrets of Strixhaven to come out, I really enjoyed Magic Foundations. It's been out for quite a while. It's going to continue to be out for quite some time. It's kind of hard to find, but it is available here, so you can purchase it. Hopefully it'll continue to be available at a reasonable price. I would hope so. It's a good price right now, so I'd recommend snagging it while you can. So I cracked a pack not too long ago of the play boosters, and I am super excited what I got in this. I got Rite of the Dragon Caller. So foil as well. I want to take care of this thing, not turn it into a Pringle. So this is an enchantment. It costs 4 generic plus 2 red mana, 6 total. An enchantment, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. So I am super excited about this card. I haven't figured out which deck I'm putting it in yet. Probably one of my silly spell slinging commander decks. Yeah, that would make sense of where I'm going to be putting this, because I am very excited to put this in a spell slinging deck that kind of goes long. It's a very you can have so many dragons, especially if you've just got cheap cantrips. Play a cheap spell for 1 or 2 mana, draw a card, hopefully draw another instant or sorcery, rinse and repeat. With a card like this, you're just going to be playing dragons and drawing cards for 1 or 2 mana. That sounds beautiful. Strixhaven was a wonderful set for those looking for instants and sorceries, the original one, I should say, and the new one, Secrets of Strixhaven, looks like it's really going to continue on in that vein, for example, like the mythic rare cycle of all the Emerituses, the Emeritus of Ideation, Emeritus of Woe, I think that was the black one, that basically casts Demonic Tutor, and whenever they are prepared, they are casting an instant or a sorcery, if I understand how the rules work, which I believe would trigger this little fella here. So I'm looking forward to, whenever I do get Secrets of Strixhaven, adding some new cards, instant and sorcery ones that are themed into that, playing them with this little fella right here, and just having a lot of spell slinging nonsense go on. So this guy's found in Foundations, so I cracked him in a Foundations play booster. It's a great set. So even if you aren't playing Secrets of Strixhaven today, pick up a box of this and launch off a draft with your play group. That's a lot of fun. That's my favorite way to play Magic. I didn't open this in a draft. It would have to be a very devoted deck of spell slinging to make this card work in a draft, but in a commander environment, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I really love Foundations. It's going to be in standard for a few more years, if you're into standard as well, so the cards will still be relevant for quite some time if you're into that type of metagaming. I'm a old fart casual, more style of player. The most competitive I usually get is playing draft and sealed are my preferred competitive outlets. But Foundations, I really enjoyed this set. Think you guys might like it as well. So, another thing that I was looking at with Secrets of Strixhaven, I did glance at all of the commander decks, and I think they're looking like a lot of fun. So you have all 5 of the commander decks are here. This is like the headlining commander pre-con deck series like for the year, and it's got all 5 schools of Strixhaven. So I have to admit I'm a sucker for Lorehold, so I'm going to stop on this one for a second. Whenever original Strixhaven came out, I really enjoyed Lorehold, and just how it was just such a different feel from what regular Strixhaven was, or what regular Boros red white archetypes typically are. Those are typically just like play a bunch of cheap creatures, tap them down, kill your opponent as fast as possible. I mean, I'm down for that type of an archetype, but Lorehold was like graveyard recursion, playing with spirits type stuff, and that was a lot of fun. So I am really excited probably most excited for the Lorehold pre-con to come out. When it does, I'll have to bring it on the live stream, show you guys, and gush on it some more, I've got a feeling. But let's go back to some stuff that I do actually have on hand. I do also have Lorwyn. Oh man, I do love Lorwyn. I've drafted it quite a bit, and it is a typal set. So there's basically the 5 main typal themes you want to go after. So I do like all of them, to be honest with you. I really like the elementals. Like if we're talking about spell slinging type style decks, I did enjoy them. Elves are probably the strongest archetype, I think, just after playing this for quite a bit. I mean, I do like the elves as well. So they're based green-black. Elementals are the red and blue one. So I have been excited about playing the elementals and doing a little bit more of the spell slinging, just because I'm really anticipating playing those types of decks in Secrets of Strixhaven. So that's why there's a chance this Friday night our play group might bust open a box of good old Lorwyn Eclipsed, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try to force anything. I've been tempted to do that on more than one occasion. I just, whatever I get, I'm gonna get. So if I get elves, I'll be stoked because they seem to be the strongest. If I get elementals, I'll be very happy with that. I mean, goblins, they're whichever type you're looking for. Really, what I've found while playing this, the best cards in this set for draft have been mostly those uncommons that kind of help synergize with your respective type, your creature type that you're playing with. Those synergize very well. So I've been mostly drafting whenever I've decided which archetype I'm in. Whenever I'm evaluating my card selection, if the creature that I'm going to be picking in that pick, say if it's pick 8 of the first pack, I'm going to be like, if it's not, say I am playing elves and it is a green card that is not an elf, it's going to have to pull more than its average weight in order for me to want to gladly pick it, because of just how much synergy there is, especially if you've got a couple of those uncommon cards that really synergize with your type of creature you're playing with. I mean, that's really what wins games mostly for me in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So that's something to keep in consideration. So some people might complain that because it's so typal, it's a little bit on rails. Maybe. I'm still having a good time with it though. But I really love this set. I love the feel, the old school Magic feel. I am a sucker for that, I will admit. So I've been playing since the 90s. So whenever it's just old school fantasy, I'm like, I could play that every week. It's awesome. So speaking of old school fantasy, I did want to show you the binder that I just got a couple weeks ago that I actually have several of my vintage cards in. I don't know if anyone out there even cares about vintage anymore. But I do. I'm an old fart that's been playing since the 90s, so I keep several of my vintage cards in this binder right here. So it's not Magic IP specifically, but I'm like, hey, this is just a cool looking binder. But most importantly, it's keeping my cards safe because I got a few of them that cost a pretty penny in here. So as you can see, it's got a zipper in here, so the cards aren't just gonna fall out like a regular 3-ring binder that is not zipped up. So one, it looks cool, and two, most importantly, keeps my cards safe. So you guys care about vintage? I don't know. I just pop this bad boy open. Let's see. I've got almost my entire set of the dark in here. So that's the only set I actually have the entire set of. So let me flip it around here for you. So here's the dark Preacher, and it's probably my favorite card in the whole set. Yeah, and there's blue. Here's the blue cards. Starting to black. Eater of the Dead. Oh my gosh. That guy is awesome. The artwork on that is creepy. Creepy cool. Uncle Istvan, another of my favorites. Not a good card, but hilarious. He is Summon Uncle Istvan. So for 4 mana, you get a 1/3 all damage done to Uncle Istvan by creatures is reduced to 0. So not a good card, but hilarious. Freaking hilarious. Oh, oops. I need to get my Blood Moon in here, because that is not the original Blood Moon. Whoops. I gotta track that down and get that in there. Blood Moon, super annoying. Oh, man. Super annoying. Good, but annoying. And probably my second favorite card in this whole set, Ball Lightning. Here, let me give you guys a better look. Ball Lightning. Oh man, classic. Oh man, 3 mana for a 6/1 trample haste. It dies at the end of the turn, but man, that is classic red right there. I love that card. I mean, it's probably it's power crept at this point. There's better red cards to play for 3 mana at this point, but oh man, so many good memories with Ball Lightning. I love that card. One of my favorites. Still one of my favorites. Goblin Wizard here. I mean, he's awesome. He can, in a Goblin deck, he goes insane. So he's expensive, 4 mana for a 1/1. So you're like, ugh. But the reason why he's so good, tap him, take a Goblin from your hand, put it directly into play, treat this Goblin as if it were just summoned. That can get crazy in a Goblin deck. You can do all sorts of shenanigans with that. He also has on top of it, pay 1 mountain. Target Goblin gains protection from white until end of turn. That's a niche utility there, so sure, why not? Throw that on my expensive Goblin too. So you start getting into green. Elves of Deep Shadow. Super cool art on that. I got the Spitting Slug. Green isn't the most remarkable color in the dark, to be honest with you. Got a couple gold cards, unremarkable in my opinion, but I think I've showed you my favorite cards. But yes, once got some cool art in the artifacts, but we've got first printing of City of Shadows and first printing of Maze of Ith. Sorry, it's pretty glary, reflected in the light. Maze of Ith. Cool card. Not as good as it used to be if you're a metagamer, which I'm really not, but it's cool, crazy looking art. But tap target attacking creature becomes untapped. This creature neither deals nor receives damage as a result of combat. Super handy, in my opinion. Very good utility. Doesn't actually tap for mana, which is, I mean, this is null card, so. And then, last but not least, Safe Haven, and probably one of the worst lands ever printed, Sorrow's Path. This land is terrible. I will make fun of you, probably, if I ever see you play this in a deck. If you somehow kill me with it, I'll make fun of myself. So I've got my almost complete set of the dark. I just got to track down my Blood Moon, put it back in there, I guess. But other than that, got anything else cool in here? Ooh, yeah. One of my favorite pages. Let me show you a few of these. Woohoo! Big Time Daddy. I know he's power crept and there's better cards out there, but this is the OG original Stompy Boy himself, Juzon Jin. For 4 mana, 5/5, Juzon Jin deals 1 damage to you during your upkeep. I mean, if you have turn 1, Swamp, Dark Ritual, if you had Mox Jet, boom, turn 1, you got Juzon Jin in play. Your opponent is probably dead. Back in the day. I don't have a Mox Jet, but say get a Soul Ring. Yeah. Instead, a lot cheaper. Also, Phyrexian Dreadnought. This card is insane. If you can build around it, that's a crazy card. 1 mana for a 12/12 trample. Whoa! But downside, whenever Phyrexian Dreadnought comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with power, total 12 or more, or bury Phyrexian Dreadnought. There's shenanigans that you can play to get around that quite easily. Just flicker him and you're good, more or less. And then also the best of the Mishra's factories. If you are someone who's familiar with antiquities, there were 4 of them. There was the Spring Factory, the Summer Factory, the Fall Factory, and my personal favorite, the Winter Factory. I think most people agree with me too that the art on that with all that snow is just, it's awesome. So that's the binder that I use to keep my dark and other random vintage stuff safe. So if you need a binder, it's one I'd recommend. Anywho, that's enough for nostalgia. What about some newer stuff? So if you're not looking to be an old fart remembering good old times, we can look at some newer Magic that you can actually play with, because who plays vintage anymore? I sure have a hard time finding anyone to do that with. All right, Duskmourn. This is, if you're looking for a different vibe than Secrets of Strixhaven, this is a little bit, this is a very different vibe. I won't lie about that. Creepy crawlies, super fun. Ooh, I have I've got a booster. Should I open up a booster just to see what it's like? Duskmourn House of Horrors. Let's do that. I won't open the box yet, but I do have, let me grab this. Apologies. It takes me forever to always open these things. Boosters. Okay. I butchered the pack. Duskmourn. All right. What do we got here? Etched Cornfield. That's fine. Cackling Slasher. Death Touch. Cackling Slasher enters with a +1/+1 counter on it if it died this turn. 3/3. If a creature died this turn. Not bad. It's a creepy little fellow. A long neck. Not like Land Before Time long necks. Much creepier. Reach. When he dies, gain 2 life. 4/2. He is going to die with that stat line, so nah. Fanatic of the Harrowing. When Fanatic of the Harrowing enters, each player discards a card. If you discarded a card this way, draw a card. 2/2. It's okay. Turn inside out. A pretty good combat trick as far as combat tricks go. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. When it dies this turn, Manifest Dread. I did like the Manifest Dread mechanic. I enjoyed that. Better than regular Manifest, I'll say. Original Manifest needed some work, and Manifest Dread kind of helped out with that. Emerge from the Cocoon. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. You gain 3 life. It's fine as far as white recursion goes. Tunnel Surveyor. Whenever Tunnel Surveyor enters, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. It's fine. Oh, I love rooms. I love rooms. My favorite part of Duskmourn was the rooms. I am a sucker for an enchantment. That's probably my favorite My favorite card type is probably enchantment. I'm a sucker for enchantments, and I think they nailed it with the room enchantments. I just love how they play. I love how they look. It just, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Look at that statue dividing the two rooms. Like, that art is, oh, it's so awesome. So good. And this is a good room too. So you got the glassworks in the first side. Play pattern typically goes play glassworks first. When you unlock this door, this room deals 4 damage to target creature and opponent controls. So nice. Get rid of a creature for 3 mana, 4 toughness up to. So yeah, they if they're on the play, they play their 3-drop. You play this, blow out their 3-drop. It's a good play. Then later on, you get the added bonus of the Shattered Yard. At the beginning of your end step, this room deals 1 damage to each opponent. So whenever you, after you've already curved out or just have extra mana lying around, you just start ticking away, dealing some extra damage to the opponent. I mean, that's just sheer upside to a good removal spell, if you ask me. So I freaking love rooms. That, if I were drafting, that'd definitely be the first pick for me. But we're not done yet. Baseball bat. Equipment. When baseball bat enters, attach it to target creature you control. Equip the creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped the creature attacks, tap up to 1 target creature, equip 3. A little pricey for equipment, but I mean, not bad. Equipment's not very good in draft. Well, I'll tell you that. Unnerving Grasp. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Manifest Dread. Meh. Not bad. Attack in the Box. This guy cracks me up. I like his name. He's an artifact creature toy for 3. Whenever Attack in the Box attacks, you may have it get +4/+0 until end of turn. If you do, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Pop goes the evil. Fine colorless card. I mean, if you need a colorless. Ooh. I like this guy. This guy is cool. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Altenac, I think, the thrice called. Might have got that. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. You know what I'm talking about. Legendary creature, insect beast. Trample. Whenever Altenac, the thrice called, becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card. Not bad, because yeah, they're probably going to want to destroy him as soon as they see him. Or pay 2, discard a card. Or discard him and return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I forget what the name of this card was that you can play to get him out. It's skipping my mind, but I mean, 9/9 trample for 7. I mean, if you're playing green and got a little bit of ramp, good topper on your mana base. Oh my gosh. I freaking love this card. Not good for draft, but I mean, if you're wanting to play commander or something, freaking love Valgavoth, Terror Eater. This is the guy from this set. This is my favorite freaking card in this whole set. Oh man, he's so awesome. Look at that art. Freaky Mothman. Oh my gosh. That is a beautiful card. Oh man, legendary creature, Elder Demon. Wish he was an Elder Moth. That's my only criticism of him. I wish he was an Elder Moth. That'd be silly, but I get why they did that. 9/9 flying lifelink ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. Talk about punishing. If a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. So, I mean, he's got lifelink for 9. You're going to have some extra life laying around to play those spells. Like, whew, I love this card. I love that card. All right. Fear of Exposure. As an additional cost to cast this spell, tap 2 untapped creatures not bad. 5/4 trample. It's foil. It's our foil. And then we've got our demon token. So that is freaking awesome. I love this so much. I love that. That is an awesome card. Ooh, that was fun. Oh man, that was fun. Is there anything I haven't shown you guys yet? Before we wrap up for the day. Yeah, here we go. So we've got Strixhaven. Apparently I was feeling a little creepy whenever I was picking out things to think about playing. Man, Dustmorn, oh my gosh, that was so cool. I'm still thinking about that. But before we go, I'll just mention Phyrexia all will be one. If you're looking for another creepy set, this is definitely it. If you don't like body horror, you're probably not going to appreciate this set. I mean, not my jam usually, but in this Magic context, it was my jam. So really loved this set. It was, as a draft set, I will warn you, very fast. Very fast. The one drops in this set, they're pretty much all very good. So don't get tricked into trying to play around with the toxic mechanic and all that stuff if you're going to be drafting. That is a little bit of a trap, I will warn you. But if you want to just go aggro, go all out, I mean, this is probably the set to do that with. Probably the fastest set I have ever drafted. I remember looking online and someone else saying that too. So very fast set to draft. Very cool. The more I play it, I've kind of feel nostalgic for it now because it's been over a year since I played this. It's been over 2 years, I think. So this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while. I've been staring at it. I kind of put it up there at the end because I was like, man, that was super fast. As I think I got burned on my first draft set trying to play with like the toxic things, and you don't have time for that. You just need to play creatures and swing for the kill. If that's your kind of play style, I mean, like, I do like a good Boros deck that does that, but I mean, it's not just Boros doing that. It's most of this is a very fast set if you're going to be drafting it. So if you draft it with that in mind, I think you're in for a good time. So this is super cool set. So I really enjoy that. So super creepy. So yeah, I'll probably leave off just showing you guys. Man, Valgavoth. I really want to play with Dustmore now because I just played with this guy. I got to figure out what deck to put this guy in because he is so cool. Really love Dustmorn. I really want to draft it now because I got this set. This really gave me the itch for it. So maybe that's what I'll end up doing while I'm waiting for Secrets of Strixhaven to come across. That's probably going to be my suggestion, is going back to Dustmorn to play that. We'll probably do that this Friday in our play group, I think. Just because, yeah, I mean, there is pre-release. I'm probably not going to be able to make it anywhere for a pre-release this weekend, just with family stuff. But my play group is getting together, though. So I do have a feeling that I'll be suggesting to the play group, hey, why don't we crack open some Dustmorn? It's a fun set. I love Valgavoth, so I've got the box here. So if we decide to fire off a draft, we can just do it. If you want to fire off a draft, you can pick up a box and have a good time. So I think that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. So thanks for joining me. Did I show you everything? Did I show you Bloomburrow? I can't remember. Bloomburrow is another good set. I think I did. But Bloomburrow, I love that set too. Probably won't draft it this week because apparently I'm feeling kind of creepy. And then next week I'm going to be playing Secrets Strixhaven. Bloomburrow's a lot of fun too. Really good draft set. So I think that's all I have for you. I'll probably let you guys go for the day. But looking forward to Secrets of Strixhaven. Going to be ordering that pretty soon to make sure I get it in a reasonable time. So catch you guys later. Bye.